Welcome to Senior Talk with Ms. Bonnie, where every week we explore the joys and challenges of aging. Join Ms. Bonnie as she talks with experts, seniors, and caregivers about topics that matter to the senior community. From health and wellness, to relationships and family, to finances and social engagement, we'll cover it all. This episode, Ms. Bonnie has a conversation with Tracy Waters, membership growth consultant at Dedicated Senior Medical Center. They discuss how Dedicated provides solutions to seniors so they can get the most out of their resources. So whether you're a senior yourself or just want to understand and support the older adults in your life, you're in the right place. I'm producer Chuck, and without further ado, Senior Talk with Ms. Bonnie.
Hi, my name is Bonnie Agee. Welcome to Senior Talk with Miss Bonnie. Let's begin. Today I wanted to talk about going to the doctor and finding out that because you don't have a certain insurance. Okay, first of all, just let me tell you what happened. I have a discoloration on the side of my face that it's not very becoming, but my sister had it. My mother had it. I can't remember if my father had it, but I know my younger brother had it. And all three of us four of us had diabetes. They had it, I have it. So I'm wondering if it was related or not, but nonetheless, I went to the dermatologist whom I had been to before. When I got there, I didn't call. I was out in the area, so I just stopped by to make an appointment. Well, when I got there, she listened to me and everything, and she says, "Well, what insurance have you changed to?" And I told her, and she says, "Oh, we don't take that insurance anymore." And I'm like, okay, but it was less than a year that I was, here to see him. She says, "Yeah, but we don't take that insurance anymore." I says, "Well, how about if I become a self-pay?" She said, "Fine, as long as you do it in advance." And the same is with when I had my knee surgery. My left knee was taken care of by the insurance that I had. When my insurance changed over, they no longer accepted. So I was given information to talk to a doctor that worked under him. I didn't find that very rewarding. So when I talked to the residents and was telling them my plight, I live in a senior building, 62 and over, unless there's a disability. And when I was talking to some of the residents, they were telling me that there's this group that help people with certain things such as what I just encountered. And that organization is dedicated to seniors and their health, insurance, mental health, orthopedics, whatever you need.
It was even like some recreational things too. They had like senior community. They had like a community center in there.
All that's, there's always something going on. They have a calendar that's jammed full, which is on my refrigerator now, of all the activities that they offer. I just wanted to bring to your attention that Dedicated is dedicated to our seniors, us seniors, we seniors.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me about it. I remember you saying that it was an organization that comes by every so often, and they'll coordinate, and they'll have like almost like an open house where seniors could come down and they could kind of audition the different services, see where they are, see what they need, see what's available. And this is even before stepping in the building. They actually come here.
Exactly.
And then from there, y'all make appointments and get with whoever you need to get with. And then find it. And so what we did was we sought them out.
Yes, we did. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Tracy Waters will be over to speak with me and my sister tomorrow.
Right.
At my place. Yes. So it's Dedicated is worth checking into if you have a question about your carrier or about your procedures or about anything. They can help you or direct you into the avenue that you need to travel that's best for everybody.
So we went to Dedicated. We got there. We didn't have an appointment. We talked to Tracy, so she knew we was coming. But we got there before she did. She was finishing up in another appointment outside the building. We got there kind of early, and as you know, as your son, I'm sitting here looking at these things, and it was clean. It was modern. They had signage. It was quiet. And it was spaced out. It wasn't in the biggest space, but everybody had their own space. Um, they had an area where it was free food, free concessions, coffee, fruit, things that were conducive to healthy living. There weren't any kind of crazy snacks or candies or anything laying around, but they had like sweet fruit there, ripe fruit. They had books that you could read. They had different breakout rooms where you can go into, and the staff there was incredibly nice, and the staff was younger, but they were incredibly nice, incredibly hospitable. The customer service was off the meter, and we got a nice tour of the different things that went on in there. So like I remember a pharmacy. They had EKG
Lab.
room, a lab.
Yeah, they had intake,
Hmm.
a whole section to intake. There was a conference room that was being occupied by people that just came in to use the facilities, pretty
Right.
much. And we met a doctor,
Yeah, so they
you
had
know, I mean,
healthcare professionals
yeah,
all over the place.
right. And, she was like talking to us like we've been knowing her forever, And there was where they do the lab and the blood work and all that stuff, and how do you use your restroom, and they even explain, why the restroom is the way it is because it also takes in your specimens.
Right. So it was really modern, and from what we learned, it was a company out of Miami. Is where it started, down in Florida, and yeah, we had a chance to sit down with Tracy, and we had a real good conversation.
Yes. And couldn't ask for anything better than that. It was quite informative and very, very, very interesting. And it's something that I'm pretty sure that I will be taking a part of because it's going to work in my benefit, in my behalf.
Yeah,
It'll work on
that
my
was the
behalf.
impression I was left with. Tracy was a resource. She was really knowledgeable, um, and she the way that she delivered the information, it was comforting, because
It wasn't all stiff and
right.
stern, and she was flexible. She, her voice changed, her attitude changed, and
Well, let's just
it
show
was
them.
very
Let's
okay.
take them on our trip. Let's take them in and
And just show them.
yeah.
Okay, okay. And thank you for listening. And here's Dedicated. Hi, everyone. My name is Bonnie Agee. Welcome to Senior Talk with Miss Bonnie. Today I'm talking to Tracy. Tracy is a representative of Dedicated, and we're going to talk all about that in our podcast today. Thank you, Tracy.
Oh, you're welcome, Miss Bonnie. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Now we're going to just jump right into the questions, because, my first question is, what is your background and how did you become involved with Dedicated?
Wow, that's a good question. So, ever since I was 24 years old, I've worked with
Honey, you're only
retirees.
21.
Oh, don't. I wish you were too kind. Oh my gosh. But no, I started working with the Ohio Public Employees Retirement System. So I work predominantly with seniors. And I worked there for 14 years, helping people with retirement benefits, healthcare benefits. I worked for a year as a financial advisor. And my husband's best friend came home. He came to our house one day and he started talking about a new opportunity with the company where they only service seniors. They provided primary care and other services under one roof. They were like a one-stop shop. And I said, that's pretty interesting. Let me take a look at the company. And they had a position for a membership growth consultant where you go into the community and you basically recruit patients. So that was 3.5 years ago, and
Okay.
I've been here ever since, loving
Well,
it.
yeah, glad I met you.
Yes, glad I met you.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the organization and the services that it provides to our senior community?
Absolutely. So the crux of what we do is provide primary care doctors to seniors. And our model is very unique. So each one of our doctors only sees 400 patients each. Okay? You get your doctor's cell phone number. So the moment something goes wrong, you give us a call. Under our roof, we also provide podiatry. We do acupuncture to help with pain management. We can do x-rays on site. We have an on-site medication dispensary, so you can get your medications here. We provide transportation to patients, so there's never a need not to get to your doctor. I mean, there's no excuse. And it's on-demand transportation. So if you get sick at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you call your doctor and the doctor says, hey, get into the office, you don't feel good, you can't drive, or you don't have a car, we're sending a ride to you. They're going to get you seen and get you back home after that appointment.
Okay. What are some of the most common challenges that seniors face today, and how does your agency address these challenges?
Wow, that's a really good question. So the biggest challenge is finding doctors who care, who listen. When I'm out in the community and I'm talking to people, especially seniors, what they generally tell me is, when I go to the doctor, I'm rushed. They don't have time for me. They don't listen to me. When you feel rushed, when you only see your doctor every maybe 6 months or once a year, things can get misdiagnosed or not
Missed.
diagnosed. Missed,
Right.
missed, yes,
Completely,
period. Just
yeah.
completely.
Know that, yeah.
You've probably been there,
Yeah,
done that.
because I went to, let's just say I went to this doctor for almost 2 years. She left, had to have some surgery, and the practitioner she says, does diabetes, she never asked me this question, does diabetes run in your family? And I said, well, sure, my mother, my sister, my brother, blah, blah, blah. So they did my A1C, it was 16.
16.
They were like, do you want to sit down? Are you dizzy? How do you feel? I'm like, I feel fine. How are you walking around with your A1C at 16?
Wow.
But that had been going to her for 2 years, and she never asked me that one time.
Wow.
And I never thought about it because it wouldn't bother me. But you're right, Yeah.
And Miss Bonnie, this is the thing about our organization. We have a new patient paperwork, and membership growth consultants will generally do the new patient paperwork with our patients, because we ask that question, what conditions run in your family? And even if you can't remember, because what happens, we have senior moments. I always say I have kid moments. I just can't remember anything because I have 4 kids running around at any point in time, and some are teenagers. When people become patients at Dedicated, we automatically do blood work. Okay, so we're running blood work, and we do that at least annually. We try to see our patients at least every 4 to 8 weeks. Everybody gets an echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound of the heart. We do the EKG reading. So we do things so we don't wake up one day and you come into the office and you have an A1C or your
Right.
levels that are at 16.
Right.
That's not acceptable.
That's terrible.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, you're still here,
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
Probably shocked them, but
Yeah.
oh well, your body got to stay an hour. Okay.
Oh.
Does your agency work with other community organizations such as, and I think you've answered this a different way earlier, but if it's something you can't handle, do you turn it over to another agency?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we work with Life Care Alliance.
Okay.
And not just turning it over. We work with dentist offices. So we don't provide dentist services here. But if you come in and you say, I really need a dentist, Tracy, I can find a dentist for you here in the city of Columbus.
So it's not like I got them, I hoard them, I can pass,
No.
For what you don't do, you will forward it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. Okay, what advice do you have for seniors and their families who may be struggling to access the resources they need?
Wow.
That's rough.
You have to ask. I always tell people, closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't tell me what's going on, I can't help you. And I may not be able to help you here at Dedicated, but I probably know of a resource. So for our patients in particular, we have a social worker and we also have a benefit navigator. So if it's a matter of, let's say someone needs access to Medicaid or a food assistance, we can work with them in Job and Family Services to get those type of benefits for them. If they, are getting evicted, there are other issues going on. We have the social worker who can meet with them and try to help resolve those issues as well. It's just important to speak up. Sometimes pride.
Yeah, and let's say if I needed a knee replacement. Now, orthopedics, I didn't hear orthopedics, but you can refer me.
So this is a very unique thing about our model. We have a referral team at each one of our centers. So let's say you come here and there's something that we cannot address as primary care providers. We're not doing any knee replacements in any of these rooms. So we set up an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon. Before you leave, we'll say, hey, what days are good for you? We'll set up the appointment. We call you and say, hey, here's your orthopedic appointment. We need you to be here at this date, this time. They're going to see you. You didn't have to make a call. You didn't have to do anything. We handle it for you. And when we handle it for you, more than likely, you're going to go.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, how does your agency ensure that seniors are treated with dignity and respect? And how do you promote their independence and autonomy?
And autonomy. That's a good question. Yeah. So every morning we huddle as a team. And we have we call it the ChinMed Way, where we talk about our values. And our values are keeping our seniors alive, healthy, and well. We need daily reminders of that. Okay? Hey, did you walk the patient to the exit area? Did you say hello? Do you know what's going on in their life? All the little things. What's Mr. Chuck's dog's name? It's those little things. So we constantly are reminding ourselves to keep things personal, not too personal,
right?
But we need to know what's going on.
Let you know that I'm interested in you.
Yes.
Other than hey.
Hey, here's your date. Here's your appointment.
Right.
Leave. No, we're gonna have a conversation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I was telling Chuck, I says, "Oh Chuck, they're over the top as far as making you feel like somebody, And I says, my thing is the different types of insurances. This is what I don't understand. What difference does it make when all of them, the end result is you're gonna pay for me anyhow?
I know.
So what difference does it make? But I'm preferences and who will pay them also.
And that becomes we do have a set of insurances that we accept. The biggest thing is contracts. A few years ago, Anthem fell out of contract with Ohio Health, and it created all types of ripples and waves. Sometimes people play nicely in the sandbox. And other times they don't. And it just happens that some of the payers don't want to play in the sandbox. Exactly. So, but we try our best to resolve that.
Okay, what are some of the upcoming initiatives or projects that your agency is working on, and how? I want to answer that. No, I'm teasing.
Oh no, you
and how do you hope that they will impact the lives of seniors in our community?
Oh, listen. You had the calendar. I see you had that calendar. Yes. Oh my gosh. So we're constantly trying to bring fun and education to the table.
And the way you do it is just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah. We are trying. So for the month of April, we're going to be focusing on health and wellness big time. We're bringing nutritionists in twice a week. We're also going to be amping up our exercise classes. So we do exercise classes on site. Right now it's 2 days a week. April, we're going to kick it up to 4 a week. And we're going to do a little Zumba goal. We're going to get people in a chair. We want you to move in that chair. We want you to have fun. We have we've partnered with so many organizations to make sure people have wills and things in place when they're getting ready to leave this earth. We want those things established for us.
Well, here's what I did.
Go for it. Tell us.
I paid for my funeral already.
There you
know?
go.
And he went with me.
There.
My son went with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm like, look, now I'm gonna get an urn that you can put in your office because I don't want you like,
I love it. You
I
keep
don't
me
want
right
you
up
getting
there.
right. I don't want no color that you don't like and go hand me down on the bottom shelf. No, so I got one with little bling bling and
Bling,
everything.
bling.
So now, don't you stand over my casket and say she didn't leave me nothing because whatever, you know what I mean? We done took care of everything. All you have to do is just make sure I have on a nice look. Oh, I better get my own gown.
You
'cause
said
know-
I'll have it all planned out.
Yes, because that's less stress. You know,
Yes.
it isn't like he has, he has 5 children and a wife
Yes.
and a grandchild. That's a lot. And why should he be burdened with something that I could have handled? Because it is the inevitable.
Exactly.
And we, unfortunately, sometimes as seniors, don't see this. Are you just talking yourself into an early grave? No, I'm talking myself into the fact that I don't have to worry about nobody worrying about me when I'm done.
Exactly.
That's one less worry. It's bad enough, your only child and you got to bury your mama. Who you gonna yell at? You know what I mean? you know?
You make things so much easier.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, because funerals are expensive. They can be
Yes.
complicated.
And not only that, you know what you want.
Yes.
Okay, I did this at 70 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the point of it is that and since I did that, I've buried about 5 people. So when it's my turn, ain't nobody gonna be there. So who gonna?
That's gonna help out.
What I mean, one of these. No, don't be paying for no cat, no chariot with horses.
Yeah.
Don't be doing all that.
You don't want the chariot?
No. No, it's a wrap.
You say, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm not here
I'm
anymore.
done.
And there's nobody who's going to enjoy this except for the spectator.
Exactly.
love
Why
it.
that boy spend all that money on? You know
We're
what I
not
mean?
gonna have that. I
Yeah.
know.
No. But, it's not practical.
Yes.
It's
I
not
agree.
practical, and that's something. Do something on a vacation. Do
you
something
go.
like that. Something. But don't. No.
I agree.
You don't need that added pressure. Just trying to live. You know what I mean? Takes.
Thank you. Thank you. And for anyone out here watching, it's a very smart thing to do as a child, as a parent. It's a smart thing to do. Oh.
Now, how can listeners sign up for your services?
So if you have any questions about Dedicated Senior Medical Center, you can give me a call. My name is Tracy Waters, and my cell phone number, and I keep it with me, it's my work phone, and 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, 614-361-9369. I will walk you through the process. We'll get you, and we'd like to bring everybody in to take a tour of the facility. Sometimes we're able to bring the doctors out for you to meet them. We want this to be a good fit for you. We do have a very, I believe, one of the best care models in the world that will keep people healthy and out the hospital. So we like to explain it to you. Come on in anytime. We'd love it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
And finally, what is your vision for the future of senior care and resources, and how do you see your agency contributing to that vision?
Wow. You know what? You mentioned something during the middle part of the interview. How do we plan to keep seniors independent? Good health, good state of mind. Okay, so we want people eating right. We want them being physically active, socially active, which is why I love the fact that you're doing this podcast. I love it. Oh my gosh. We want to be able to pair people with the resources that they need. Once a month in the summer/springtime, we do a resource fair. It's for the entire community, whether you're a dedicated member or not. You can come in and get access to resources, job and family services. We do have some of the funeral agencies come on site as well. So if you want to learn about prepaying for your funeral, you could do that. If you need a phone, I have a phone person who comes in. We have all types of resources.
Okay.
So we want to be the one-stop shop for our patients and really for everyone else as well.
I know that's right.
Yes.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Miss
And
Bonnie.
thank you for being dedicated to our seniors.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Oh.
This concludes our broadcast. Hit like, make a comment, or subscribe. Until next time, this is Miss Bonnie. Have a wonderful day.
I like that. Oh, Miss Bonnie!
That brings us to the end of another episode of Senior Talk with Miss Bonnie. We'd like to thank Tracy Waters for her incredible insights and the great people at Dedicated Senior Medical Center. To learn more about Dedicated, visit their website at dedicated.care or call them toll-free at 844-892-2273. If you want to stay connected with our community of senior citizens, be sure to follow us on social media. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast for future episodes. Remember, it's never too late to learn and grow. So let's continue to embrace our experiences and opportunities together. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next episode. The music you hear is produced by Jay Rawls for Polar Entertainment and appears on his album Jazz Hop. You'll find the link in the description.